Lionel Messi. Little pirouette, strong challenge from Vasquez. Now Kovacic. Titi had to come a long way, and he couldn't miss that tackle because Vasquez would have had the run of this right wing. That was the chance for Vasquez. Curled it past the keeper.
It stems from Barcelona getting caught in possession, almost an element of surprise from Barcelona when they're pressed by Real Madrid. Ends up with Vasquez, so unfortunate to see it come back off the frame of the goal.
Modric. Clumsy from Titi. Madrid very keen this week to point out that the last two occasions they have met Barcelona in a cup final, they were victorious. The Copa del Rey of 2014 and the Spanish Super Cup of 2012. And they note as well that they won the 2014 edition without Cristiano Ronaldo in the team.
They look a shadow of themselves at the moment, though, Barcelona. Let's not forget they won here in April. And that was without Neymar. He was suspended for that match. Unless he got that winning goal late on. Well, it was an absolute gulf in terms of class between the two teams currently.
There's Modric. Well, here's the orchestrator. Benzema, orchestrator of a team that's fully in tune. Asensio. Vasquez. Played by Mascherano. Suarez turns, but Varane's always going to have a good 3 or 4 yards on him. Modric. Kovacic. Toni Kroos. Now Ramos. Marcelo. Ramos continues the run. Carvajal. Vasquez. Asensio. Now Modric. Barcelona chasing shadows cast by the Bernabeu floodlights.
Messi and Suarez are Barcelona's only hope, aren't they? On that occasion, Real Madrid are fully aware. Of course, they are of the possibilities of Lionel Messi, midfield maestro Modric, and another superb game.
Asensio. Oh, it's all flicks and tricks at the moment. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters. Suarez doesn't like that. Messi. Captain Ramos, chest puffed out, starts the Real Madrid attack. Benzema moves through the gears. 4 hunt him down. They can't stop him though. Now Modric. Carvajal. Kroos. Marcelo. Goes around the outside, gets the cross in. Benzema's there! They can just about see their reflection in this trophy now. And Real Madrid starting the season in a razor-sharp manner.
Well, that summarises it perfectly well. Razor-sharp, quick all around the pitch. Barcelona look fatigued. The defensive work there of Titi against Benzema is a mismatch. The Barcelona striker against the Real Madrid attacker. Messi complaining about an earlier foul, maybe, but it was a long time before that goal came for Real Madrid. Busquets dispossessed again. Vasquez working hard. Asensio getting involved. Out to Marcelo, and the cross comes into the box. Static defending from Umtiti. He's flat-footed. He's on his heels. Benzema is the opposite. Sharp, quick, great first touch, and most importantly, the finishing touch. Great strike from Benzema. Great centre-forward play. Fantastic from Real Madrid.
Zidane was bowled over in the wake of the celebrations. A, B, will there be a C? There is no Cristiano tonight. I've been down to Carvajal to get the alphabet going. And the supporters were shouting the name of Cristiano Ronaldo pre-kick-off, letting him know of their affection, and don't need him at the moment as Vasquez tests the alertness of Ter Stegen.
That's the first save Ter Stegen's made, isn't it? Conceded two. Attempt from Vasquez coming back off the post.
More possession, 58% to Real Madrid. They're better than Barca in every department at the moment.
It's incredible how fit Real Madrid look at this stage. And the first league game of the season is this weekend. They look in tip-top condition. Barcelona, I'm afraid, don't. But physically, Real Madrid look absolutely superb.
There's a salient point you made. Valverde is coming in, want to get to know his players and impose himself in the training sessions, but they're having very few training sessions because of the number of games they're playing. Juventus, Manchester United, Real Madrid over in Miami. Chapecoense last week in another high-profile pre-season game. I think what he needs to do is take them up to a mountain retreat for 3 or 4 days and find the tactics that best suits this selection of players.
Well, he doesn't want to stray too far away from the checkbook, that's for sure, because that's what they need to do now, between now and the end of August. Bring players in.
Just away from the footstep of Messi. Vasquez. Rich. Benzema. Now Asensio. PK having to lift the players around him. Not too often he's left in the shadows, is it? Confusion there. The referee insisting that it's a Real Madrid corner. More for Barca to endure. A lot of movement in there. Ramos is allowed to get the header on the ball.
They're utterly confused, don't they, Barcelona? The three at the back isn't suiting them. It's difficult for Mascherano, who ends up playing invariably in that right back position against Asensio, who's lightning quick.
Vasquez. Benzema. He's in raging form.
Again, he's able to freely take on the Barcelona defence. Eventually Piqué gets out to try and close him down, but another attempted goal from a Real Madrid player.
They'll soon be burning the midnight oil in the capital. stand. There are going to be mass celebrations. It's not just winning the Super Cup, it's beating their ancient rivals Barcelona. There's Gomez. Suarez. Alaba to Busquets. Mascherano. Suarez. And the dilemma, I suppose, for Valverde, Terry, at half-time is, does he tear up his experimentation? Or does he try and stick with this? And kind of concede that the game is lost, but look at the bigger picture.
I think there's also an element of damage limitation as well. 5-1 aggregate now. This looks like it could be a more convincing win than just the 2 goals for Real Madrid that we've seen in the first half. It could be damaging to morale, damaging to confidence. It's a big job for Valverde.
The referee adds nothing to the first half, and that whistle will be music to the ears of the Real Madrid supporters. They got off to a flyer. Asensio catching Barcelona cold after barely 5 minutes. Benzema has been a dominant decade. But Real Madrid in control of this game, resting players as well. Remember, no Bale tonight. Isco on the bench with him as well. Casemiro given a break. Cristiano Ronaldo an enforced 5-game absence. But in truth, Real Madrid haven't needed the leadership and the skills of Cristiano Ronaldo. At the moment, it's the team, the group ethic, the tactics of Real Madrid, which has dominated these 2 Supercopa games between the 2 clubs. The pre-season freshener. Chance for Valverde to survey the squad that he's inherited. As Terry said, it's a big, deep squad. But I'm sure the Barcelona supporters out there would be agreeing that it needs an injection of quality.
Such is the size of the job, but it's not going to be achieved in one transfer window. It needs a massive injection of pace, and that has to come in this window. 2 or 3 quick players, more dynamic players than Barcelona currently have.
Three at the back isn't something completely new to Barcelona. They experimented with it in the latter days of Pep Guardiola. Luis Enrique for a lot of games in the spring last year. Sacrificed this man Jordi Alba and played 3 defenders. And that Real Madrid close for the league. So Valverde's interpretation hasn't worked so far. Sergio Roberto restored to the team tonight. No signs of the other pre-season signing, Nelson Semedo, just yet. I'm not sure you'd want to throw him into this kind of initiation.
Well, you would have thought they've been searching for a right back for a couple of seasons now. To replace Dani Alves, I mean, spend 30 million euros, over 30 million euros on a right back. You would have thought he would have been given, at the very least, one of these games to accustom himself to playing with Barcelona. I find it a real surprise. But certainly Roberto yet again playing in the right wing-back position this evening.
Busquets to Suarez, who has looked lost tonight. It's no reflection on his performance, it's just the fact that he's had little support. Asensio. Mascherano comes to greet him. Gomez. Now Rakitic. Neat ball. Suarez has space. Looks up, nobody there to aim for. The shoulders are sloped, the heads are down of the Barcelona players. While the eyes of the Real Madrid 11 out there are sparkling.
The one or two good openings that Barcelona have created have been in wide positions of the goal.
There's Benzema.
Attack down the centre.
Vasquez. Hold on. Sergio Busquets. Real Madrid have dominated these fixtures in the Spanish Super Cup. They've never lost against Barcelona at the Bernabeu in this competition. In 5 of the 6 they did draw in 2011. Busquets. Mascherano to Rakitic. Marcelo. Asensio.
So it was too slow from Sergio Roberto and with possession turned over. Casually jogged across to put a Real Madrid player under pressure, which was Marcelo. Should have been sprinting, should have been quicker. It's indicative of how Barcelona have played. See Rakitic using Suarez again. The chance is wide of the goal. Options are few and far between for Luis Suarez. To get it across to Andre Gomez, when anticipated by Keylor Navas.
You were saying that you wanted to see the new signing, Nelson Semedo. And that's bad news, because I don't think this is a tactical change. I think Gerard Piqué looks as though he may have a slight muscle injury. So they take off a centre-half, they bring on a right-back. How is that going to affect the shape of the team?
I think there's a back four there, isn't there? Mascherano can play alongside him. TT, Jordi over left back. Nelson Semedo slipping in the right back position. Sergio Roberto maybe pushing to more of a midfield role.
Obviously they have a necessity, they're going to have to revert to a back four. Nelson Semedo, the Portugal international. He's from winning the league back-to-back with Benfica. Busquets. In possession by Karim Benzema. Asensio catches the eye of defenders. Mascherano stands his ground. Roberto to Rakitic. Ter Stegen. And TT. Kovacic waiting, gives it to Toni Kroos. Anticipated by Albert now. Lionel Messi. It's a fine tackle by Toni Kroos. Good clean slice of the ball. Suarez onto the loose ball. Now Lionel Messi drives on. Oh, even Messi can't score. Sergio Roberto. Gomez leans in there. It's the first time that they've allowed Messi to slip from their grasp.
He has been continually trying all night to take on the defence. Gets the opportunity here, gets away from the ground, just lifts it over the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. Barcelona and Messi unlucky. Just a rebound off the crossbar. Keylor Navas gets a slight touch to the effort for Messi. Does it go down as a good save? Again, decisive, sharp midfield play from Toni Kroos.
to you, has moved into a more advanced role as part of the rejig. Barcelona. Gomez, ball to Rakitic, sticks at his feet. You can see Semedo, the new Barcelona full-back, very keen to join the attack. We've got the blueprint from Dani Alves. A brilliant take from Benzema.
An injury for Piqué that he complained about at half-time, and just wanted to see how it went at the start of the second half.
The Barcelona supporters will be hoping that's just a precaution. Against Real Betis in mind this weekend. They'll of course go to Coruña to take on Deportivo in the season start. Asensio, Benzema. Oh, Tim, it knocks the goalkeeper out. Doesn't matter what part of your body you save it with. The most unconventional of saves from ter Stegen.
He tries to make himself as big as possible, doesn't he? Doesn't go down too quickly. Again, look how sharp Real Madrid are to win back possession. Showing great determination and hunger to continue to attack Barcelona. Really good attempt from Benzema, good save from ter Stegen.
Modric. Shy, playing it back to Keylor Navas and building right from the back rail. Benzema to Marcelo. Jordi Alba lost his bearings there, but it's a little fortunate that Vasquez was offside. Messi. Busquets. Rakitic. Roberto. Barcelona have been more prominent in this second half. Cute ball from Nelson Semedo. Sergio Roberto's cross. Also Suarez. Brave block by Varane. A little concerned because Suarez is moving gingerly down there. He's also overstretched himself. Modric. Little Messi. Twists and turns. Can't find Suarez. That's normally where Neymar would be.
You took the words out of my mouth. The improvement from Barcelona has coincided with turning to a back four. Almost seems as if the players are happier playing that system. It almost looks as if they were sulking that they were playing the three at the back. There's no sulking from Real Madrid, from the players that have started, from the players that are on the bench. Everyone's pulling in the same direction. Enjoying the performance, enjoying the scoreline over Barcelona.
The bigger picture as well. They're doing this without the influence of Cristiano Ronaldo, as they did, of course, in the European Super Cup against Manchester United, and for large parts of the first leg of the opening Spanish Super Cup game. There are signs that there is life beyond these dominant years of Cristiano Ronaldo. Though maybe sums up Real Madrid at the moment. He's a He was the most used player last year, Vasquez. He participated in 50 games in all competitions. Quite content to come on and play a part later in the matches. And there is that contentment, there is that harmony, which is part of his Zidane influence.
It's important to have versatile players. It's important to have players who know their role in the squad and are happy with their role in the squad. Because Vasquez, for instance, would be far happier being a player that comes from the bench.
Nelson Semedo to Suarez. A little bit brighter.
That covers players, as opposed to someone like James Rodriguez or Morata, who want to be and demand to be starting every week. So the squad has been built sensibly. Looks at Nacho as well coming into that category. Do a really good job when called upon, and it is frequently as well. Of course, producing your own players was part and parcel, wasn't it, of the success of Barcelona. That's been the case for 2 or 3 seasons now.
Asensio skips away from Mascherano, rolls it back, but Albo's there. Now Nelson Semedo. Well, the Barcelona's problems are of their own making here. Coming off the hour mark, it's Real Madrid, who once more taking a grip of the game. Vasquez, flanked by Marcelo. Mascherano clears the ball. Bernabeu is quite simply rocking. Remember, Barcelona generally do well at the Bernabeu. They came here in 2016, won 4-0. Last season, won 3-2. Never in their history have they come here and actually won 3 games in a row against Real, and that is looking seemingly impossible this evening. Modric. Marcelo. Benzema. Carvajal. Vasquez. Mascherano has to go a long way to thwart Benzema. This is Kroos. Marcelo. Messi. Crowding out. Bumped into an old enemy. And Sergio Ramos. And the first change of the evening for Real Madrid. Casemiro comes on for Kovacic, who you can hear has got a high approval rating.
Really good game by Kovacic. Fits the bill, doesn't he, for Real Madrid? Versatile, dynamic midfield player. 23 years of age.
No need to lip read, even though we are well past the watershed. Busquets, Suarez, Sergio Roberto. And TT. Busquets. Alba. Now Mascherano. Disheartened and disjointed, Barcelona. Sometimes Sergio Ramos just can't help himself.
Yeah, it was pretty pointless, wasn't it? 5-1 ahead.
Titi. Gomez. Barcelona last summer spent over 80 million euros. When 80 million euros was a lot of money, it didn't improve the team. This is Jordi Alba. Alba's cross, Roberto fails to make it.
So Jordi him forward, gets the cross, just inches away from Sergio Roberto's. Obviously going to enjoy playing in a more advanced role in the right back position. Back in the old days, though, Rob, when 18 million euros was a lot of money, 12 months ago.
These are two clubs who've made quite a profit in the transfer market over the last year or so. No great necessity for Real Madrid to go out and invest heavily. They bought for the future with Theo Hernandez and Ceballos, two young players who will be content to wait for their chance. The success story of Barcelona in recent years, they have to invest in ready-made players. There's one of them in Nelson Semedo. He's won a free kick.
I think Ramos is getting tired and beginning to act a little bit daft now, isn't he? I saw some pace there from the Barcelona player, Nelson Semedo. Not exactly the type of right back Barcelona have been looking for. Someone with pace, someone who's athletic, getting down the pitch. Dani Alves. Draws the foul out of Sergio Ramos. He's now going to get the delivery into the box. Consolation for Barcelona.
Barca scored in the last 24 games between these two teams. They can't score tonight. He's the most likely of scorers on the head of Luis Suarez.
Something, but it's probably as surprised as the rest of us that it does find its way through to the far post. Expecting to get something on that to at least deflect it away from Luis Suarez. He certainly would have enjoyed his first two competitive games in charge of Barcelona.
A couple of years ago, I did know that we had the 5 costliest players ever out on the field when Real played against Barcelona. Tonight, Luis Suarez is the only player out there who's in the top 7. He's the 7th costliest player in the world. Better than Ronaldo, of course, would be in the top 4. One's up in the executive seats. And he's bench warming. Sergio Roberto. Alba. A lazy ball from Jordi Alba. The energetic Modric to Carvajal. Benzema. Now Kroos. Asensio imposed himself on the game early on. We haven't seen a great deal of him during the course of the match.
It's just a question of controlling the game, isn't it, for Real Madrid? In control of the scoreline. First league game of the season, coming up at the weekend. Taking too many risks in the second half. They kept it nice and tidy, disciplined. Barcelona have had 1 or 2 situations. Messi's attempts coming off the bar. By and large, it's a comfortable performance for Real Madrid in the second half, maintaining a clean sheet still.
Cross to Modric. Modric zipping the ball around. Expansive Bernabeu. Vasquez. Cross. Modric. Roberto improvises from the back. Tremendous tackle from Varane. Now Modric. For how many years have Barcelona dominated these games with possession? We know about the history of this match, the city of government against the establishment of art. Different philosophies, ideologies, politics, even languages. And they're taunting Barcelona with cries of Viva España. This is hurting for the proud Catalans. Asensio. Modric. Carvajal. Titi. Francois saw him ball in there. Referee's insistent did. Yes. Feet from Suarez. Sergio Roberto. Maybe that one move is summing up Barcelona at the moment. No shot. It's Messi. Suarez! It's just not their night. Even Luis Suarez can't score from a mantle of feet out.
Sergio Roberto with the first chance, isn't it? And Messi takes on the attempt. Cal Navas. It's a habit of spilling attempts in that fashion. Suarez should score. Has to improvise slightly. Try and wrap his head around the ball to get the angle right on the finish and off the post again for Barcelona.
There's the much. This is the handball. And it was handball. It's just a question of whether it was intentional. That was a brilliant handball. Two hands. Keylor Navas got his angles and his handling just right.
I think he should be pushing that further away. It's a half-hearted. Anything there should be pushing right away. It's Manchester United he was guilty of the same mistake, the same error.
To make another change. De La Feu, who started the first leg, comes on. Marcelo. Asensio. De La Feu at least brings a little bit of speed to what has been a labouring team. Was going to make before is that yes, they've lost Neymar, everybody knows that. And his face has been beaming from every publication and media outlet around the world. But the big loss at the moment as well is the organisation and the influence of Andres Iniesta in midfield. Any other generation, he might be a World Player of the Year. Fortunately, he's in the same time as Ronaldo and Messi. He didn't get repeat games from him last year between Christmas and the end of the season. He's on the injury list tonight. Roberto. Asensio, Benzema, Rakitic, Semedo outside, Rakitic goes solo. Top defending by Ramos.
Trying to get tight to Benzema. More aggression now, Barcelona. They're actually livened up, haven't they, in the second half? Brings better attempts at goal, a bit more competitive.
Alba, Suarez, Jordi Alba, Semedo. And they're beginning to test Real Madrid here. Some massive improvement from Barca. I think on the counter in the second half, and maybe now have more chances than Real Madrid.
Attacking-wise, they've been much brighter in the second half. Fortunate not to score on a couple of occasions.
He's replaced 27 times last year. Karim Benzema looks to the touchline. The man who started the scoring is Asensio. The hero in the making. This was his moment. 4 minutes into the game. Sensational. The deposit put on the trophy. And an introduction to the Estadio Bernabeu for the summer signing. Theo Hernandez didn't have far to move. They recruited him from their great rivals, Atletico Madrid. And get the final 15 minutes with no pressure on. To get used to the surroundings and the noise. And the pure white of the Real Madrid supporters. Nobody leaving this stadium early, though it is, of course, 12:30, half an hour past midnight in the capital. They're hanging around the trophy presentation. Yet another one for the collection. Messi. Deulofeu. Gomez. Deulofeu. Rakitic. Content to sit back, reserve some energy, see what Barca can throw them. Rakitic, Messi, Roberto to Messi. That comes a long way. Luis Suarez goes down again. They famously bumped into each other the other night when Suarez won a penalty. He's not winning any friends here in Madrid.
He's actually in offside position, isn't it? Hard to see how he's picked up the injury there. A little bit of a twist, maybe. There's Marcelo following him. He is offside. Messi prods the ball forward. It does deflect off of around, but when Messi leaves Messi's boot, Suarez was in an offside position.
Current predicament, they cannot handle any injuries to the key players. Piqué went off early in the game, of course. Suarez is going to play his way through the pain barrier. Because this weekend, La Liga kicks off Sunday night on Sky Sports Football Channel. They play Betis and Real Madrid. Later on, go to La Coruña to take on Deportivo La Coruña. Jordi Alba has given his usual honest and energetic performance on the left-hand side. Lucadin, one of last summer's signings, has a chance to catch the eye of coach Valverde.
It's now Thursday morning.
Busquets. Titi. Rakitic. And Modric. Casemiro caught in possession. Cross, the defenders back off him. Vasquez. Kadeen sticks at it. The ground is made, but a corner is gained by Lucas Vasquez. Well, about to make another change. It appears that Dani Ceballos, one of the young summer recruits, is going to come on. He's a young man who wasn't a regular in the Real Betis team last season, but he had a stunning European Championships for the Spain under-21s. Toni Kroos will be given a standing ovation. A man who stares this Real Madrid midfield. An unspectacular player, but you just look at his trophy cabinet to see what an effect he has on the team. Won the league 3 times, the Bayern Munich Champions League with them as well. Comes to Real Madrid, won the league, Champions League twice. And another glimpse at the next generation as Ceballos makes his Bernabeu debut. Benzema. At one point I think he thought he was going off Karim Benzema. It is more often than not that he's replaced in the final 15 minutes.
Astonishing to think, isn't it? Toni Kroos just cost around €20 million from Bayern Munich. World-class player, world-class midfield player. His partnership with Modric, second to none now, I think, in world football in terms of a midfield partnership. Maybe wrong, but in these days of inflated transfer fees, I think Ryan said that the costliest Real Madrid player has been out there tonight. Has been Kovacic at around €35 million from Inter Milan. Moran clears, it's picked up by Rakitic. Benzema digs in. Hernandez. Marcelo to Hernandez. Puts it right across the face of goal. Still getting used to the movement of his new teammates. I said they signed him from Atletico Madrid. He never actually played for them, did he? No, he didn't. So he played well for Atletico last season. Scored a goal in the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona. Let's count the amount of times tonight Barcelona players look startled. They've been pressurised, closed down, had the ball stolen away from them. But it has to go to Real Madrid. I do expect better from Barcelona.
Yellow foul. Testing Ramos. Speeds past him, but very little is getting past Sergio Ramos. I think he'd set the trap there for Delafeu.
Well, he should have took on the earlier, more open ground behind him. He was hesitant. Should have had that change of pace quicker. Had more ground to run into. Ramos wouldn't have lived with it. As a young player, he looked a little bit apprehensive, wasn't it, Delafeu there? It's tiring Sergio Ramos early in the season.
Heads up. That was close. And Titi. A chorus of champions from the Real Madrid supporters. The Spanish Super Cup to their current collection of La Liga, Champions League, European Super Cup, Club World Championship. The only trophy that evaded them last year was the Copa del Rey, won by their opposed allied, of course, Barcelona.
Interesting atmosphere in the new camp at the weekend. Barcelona welcome Real Betis. Supporters not particularly happy with the way that the club is being run. They certainly will not be happy with the two results against their biggest rivals, Real Madrid.
Roberto. Nelson Semedo. Was wrapped by Hernandez. There's Ceballos. Quicker of the two Frenchmen is Titi. He's not put in the running of Benzema tonight, has he? Sergio Roberto to Sergio Busquets. Messi. On the head of Suarez. Pulls up theatrically.
It was a giveaway, isn't it, when the defender puts his hand up to say that he hasn't touched him, which was the case there with Theo Hernandez. My guess, Rob, is that a new player is going to be at Barcelona before they play. A new player before they play Betis. Paulinho was signed. On the back of these two results, performances against Real Madrid, the first game of the season at home against Betis. Trying to appease the supporters. I'd be surprised to see another new player in the club before Sunday's game.
Marcelo. For so many years, Barcelona has been the blueprint for how a club should be run. Just signing the superstars when one wasn't coming through La Masia, the club nursery. That pipeline appears to be blocked at the moment. Sergio Roberto was the last to graduate. This is Theo Hernandez. Goes down by Nelson Semedo. No natural replacements at the club. They're having to search far and wide. They need a bit of imagination to bring in players who can complement Messi and Suarez.
I don't think it helped that the previous manager really didn't show too much encouragement, did he? Two young players. So clubs that the players have had to go off and try to further their career elsewhere.
Modric. Ceballos. Ramos heads it back in. The players they signed last summer have very little effect. The likes of Denis Suarez and Dean and Gomez and Caceres, cost almost 30 million himself. Titi is the only player that really established himself in the team. And Casemiro rocking Sergio Roberto. The referee's had little to do tonight. Yellow card hadn't been shown.
Concern for Barcelona, isn't it? That appears to be muscle injuries. He's on the move and just feels his hamstring, possibly.
He's rubbing the back of his knee. Ceballos. Casemiro. Casemiro. Marcelo. Hernandez steps past Semedo as if he isn't there, then a little heavy touch.
Little. It bounces just inches inside the far touchline. Very promising, isn't it? He's a left back. He's playing advanced to Marcelo. They're working well together. It will be another option. Pacey, athletic player.
Show actually how far Real had come on since Zidane took over as manager. Champions League twice, League as well. He was appointed in January 2016. He has changed the face of the team. You look at the players that were down there, were not established then. The first yellow card of the evening is Luis Suarez. His temper has snapped.
Excellent piece of play, wasn't it, from Suarez? Just holding on to the arm of Casemiro. Just talking about hamstring, just haven't taken off. The game is gone. It's well beyond Barcelona, wasn't it, with that quick start from Real Madrid.
They've made the three changes on the Dean, Deulofeu and Nelson Semedo all come on. It would mean operating with 10 players. See what you're thinking. Good look at the bigger picture. This game is lost. And they have to be protective heading into what is going to be a demanding season. Sebas, Benzema. Just get the adrenaline flowing through the body of Danny. Carvajal's cross. Mascherano. Flick from Carvajal. Now Vasquez. Marcelo. They started strong and they're finishing strong, Real Madrid.
And total control in between as well. Running away with a trophy. I'm fully aware that going in tonight, a 2-goal advantage, if they started quick, got the early goal, it would seal pretty much a two-legged affair. It's exactly what's happened. A better response from Barcelona in the second half, but I'm sure Valverde would try to take 1 or 2 positives from the performance in the second 45 minutes, but the game was lost by half-time. So still getting the goals, Ramos getting still showing his aggression. Not let it up from the Real Madrid centre-back. I don't think anyone would expect him to let up, would they?
Busquets. Varane. To Ramos. Roberto to Sergi Busquets. Gadin. Madrid have this remarkable record of having scored in each of the last 68 matches now. And they're about to close out a run of 24 games against Barcelona, where Barca have always scored against them. Can Barcelona make the record books look a little more respectable in the next 1.5 minutes?
It is poor though, Rob, that Suarez stayed on. And now, admittedly, they would be down to 10 men. It just doesn't make any sense. It can only make things worse.
Oh, great step over from Sebas. Benzema is there. I don't think anybody would blame him if he walks over to Valverde and his coaching staff. Retired for the evening. Got problems with Piqué, who did come off. Luis Suarez is just an injured pedestrian. Semedo, Rakitic. Vasquez. Serrano's maybe done enough tonight to impress the new manager. He's had a bit of ballast in the back four, lost his place at times last year to Umtiti. As you can see, well, I was going to say, it brings a commitment to the team. There's the fine divide between dangerous tackle and good old-fashioned tackle.
He knows exactly what he's doing then. He knows who it's against. He feels that Casemiro is the enforcer in the Real Madrid team. Close little duel between the two.
Argentinian on Brilliant, they'll have lost. Well, victory complete for Zinedine Zidane. Back-to-back defeat in the European Super Cup in midweek. Now Barcelona hymn ringing around the Camp Nou. There is no such thing as a pre-season friendly anymore. And both managers acknowledging that this is a chance for the first silverware of the season. And Ernesto Valverde will be desperate to get off to a good start with his new team, replacing Luis Enrique at the back end of May. Doesn't have a lot more to work with than Luis Enrique, but we expect some activity in the transfer market in the next 7 days or so. There's talk of them signing the Brazilian tomorrow. Don't worry, Liverpool fans, it isn't Coutinho. I expect that Paulinho, formerly of Tottenham, will become a Barcelona player. Mobile phones up in the stands, creating a starlight effect. Down in the centre of the field, there are the stars. No longer the MSN. The chosen one tonight is Gerard Deulofeu, who returns to Barcelona after spells, of course, at Sevilla and at Everton, and a short spell at AC Milan. He will replace Neymar in possibly the strongest 11. The other surprise is at right back, where Alex Vidal plays his first game from the start since last February. Sergio Roberto is on the bench. Referee tonight, one of the younger referees in Spain, Senor Tibergos Bengochea. And Deulofeu, the chosen one. It's tight.
He has gone for it. Dare to say it, like-for-like replacement in terms of the style of player. It's happy to play wide on the left. And Deulofeu. Some casual play, didn't we, from Barcelona to stay winning the ball away cheaply. And Kovacic unlucky with the quick thinking. Attempted chip. From long range.
Barcelona pinned back. Maurice ter Stegen, the coach may have changed, but the Barcelona style will remain faithful. Trying to play out from the back, he's got them in some trouble here. This is Benzema. Vidal in the way, corner prevented from ter Stegen. And this was it.
It's intercepted by Isco. Kovacic, quick thinking. It's the right idea, isn't it? Just didn't get enough elevation on the attempted lob over ter Stegen.
I was reminiscent of that moment. It was in March 2014 when Victor Valdez gifted the ball to Karim Benzema, and he scored after 23 seconds of the Clásico. It's Vidal, who looked to be moving out last year, starting tonight ahead of Sergio Roberto and Nelson Semedo, who was one of the few summer signings for Barcelona. There's Marcelo. He's got competition for his place with Hernandez coming in the summer. That's the beauty for Zidane. He has, well, enough top quality players to name 2 starting 11s quite frequently last year. Terry, he would make 9 changes, wouldn't he, between Champions League and La Liga?
Yep, and it served him well. The young players, the fringe players in particular, did really well. A problem or 2 this season. I think 1 or 2 established players, senior players, have left the club. Real Madrid have gone again for youth, and bringing the likes of Dani Ceballos and Theo Hernandez in. Also lost Pepe, Danilo, Contrell, James Rodriguez, Alvaro Morata. Zidane placed a lot of trust in the younger players in the squad. I think he's been proved that he's right to do so.
Tony Kroos to Isco, who's grown in stature over the last 6 months. Last year at this point there was talk of him being loaned out to get him some playing time. Now he's arguably in the team ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, though of course Ronaldo is not fully fit. But Ronaldo, for the first time in his career, is going to have to fight for his place here.
He'll get back in. It's interesting though, looking at Zidane, the way that he plays with Isco in the team at the top of the diamond. Midfield quartet, Casemiro holding tonight's Kroos and Kovacic.
This is Marcelo.
Isco at the top of the diamond, and Gareth Bale playing more central than he has done in the past when it's been the usual 4-3-3 from Real Madrid. And I think it does give Real Madrid a little bit more control in midfield with the extra player in there. I think Zidane will see Gareth Bale as one of the centre forwards with Benzema and Ronaldo.
Titi to Busquets, to Iniesta to Rakitic. Now Vidal. Piqué, Busquets, familiar names, familiar style, Lionel Messi. Now Rakitic, a bit of afters there. Noted by Senghor, sitting in Bengochea. Got a space for Jordi Alba. Goes on the outside. Alba sliding tackle from Dani Carvajal, Spain's right back on Spain's left back.
At times he's tackled to perfection. And you see the crossfield diagonal pass to Marcelo. Just beyond the defensive line of Barcelona in an offside position there. We see the one from Skills from Isco.
Lionel Messi will take the corner. Piqué comes through the crowd, good header away by Ramos. Vidal. Suarez.
It's all about ability, isn't it, with Isco? Great awareness, great control. Always on the move, and perfect for that position that Zidane has found him. And off of the front 2.